welcome to another episode of The Pulse with PeakBot. We've got myself, Ben, co-founder, co-host of PeakBot. Today we're riding without Dillon, so we've had to replace Dillon with Thomas. Unfortunately, he's the best option that we have on hand. But Thomas, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. It's exciting. I haven't done the live or the 8:30 show in like a month or so it's gonna be nice.
That's right. Usually Thomas and I are live trading Mondays at 2 p.m. We're going to have a little mix up with that today as well. Our schedules are getting all wonky this week, but excited to be here. Again, we've got this show at 8:30 on Monday mornings. We have another show now on the Tradier Hub Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern, where we cover a lot of stuff. Last week was our first Friday show. It was a lot of fun. It was myself, Dillon, Thomas. We had some trivia, we had some would you rather questions, we did some live trading, of course. We talked about alerts, which are launching today. We'll get into all the details in that in just a bit. Reminder for everybody, this is an abbreviated week. The market will be closed on July 4th, which is Thursday. So no trading on Thursday, and then the day before, July 3rd, Wednesday, it will be a half day in the market. So markets will close at 1 o'clock. So if you're planning on manually trading this week, just be aware of that. If you're trading with the bots will handle that stuff, no problem. So just some things to look out for. And also in consideration of an abbreviated week, premiums won't be as high, right? So the expectation in terms of return for this week, let's temper that down a little bit. We would expect that we'll be earning a little bit less in premiums this week, of course, because there is actually 1.5 less trading days than there normally would be. So less exposure, less risk equals less reward. That's how it goes, at least. Thomas, we clear there?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we can get today kicked off. I want to make sure I am on vacation right now, so I'm working with just 2 screens instead of my normal 3. So just want to make sure I've got everything lined up here. And let's go ahead and get the watch list on screen. We can start talking through all the trades that we're going to be automating and making manually today. So we've got the watch list up. Of course, everybody's familiar with this watch list. This watch list will be decommissioned soon because we have launched PeakBot Alerts, and that launch happened today. And in PeakBot Alerts, and I'll flip over to a preview of that screen, you'll have access to this dashboard where you have a trading schedule. So if you do want to trade manually, you can trade manually. Follow this schedule. We've got top 10 credit spreads, so this aligns with our trend spread bot. We've got a bunch of iron condor information. As you can see, we provide you with all of the details you need to actually execute your trade by yourself, or place your trade by yourself. We've got the expiration date. We've got the put strike to sell. We've got the buy strike to sell. We've got the put side, the call side. We've got order price. We've got earnings date, of course. We know that, and we'll be talking about that in a little bit. We know that earnings are important. They come into play when we're trading options and equities, of course. The blank spots on the screen here just means it's not applicable. So in our previous watch list, we would tell you the trend, bullish, bearish, neutral, whatever it might be. But on the new watch list, we're just going to blank out the strikes. So that way you don't even need to think about it. You just take these strikes, plug them into your broker, and then place the trade. So we do have Chewy on the top of the new watch list today. And there is a complete watch list here. That watch list will actually start updating when the market opens. Our data is really fresh. It'll be refreshing every 5 minutes. So really fun to watch that throughout the day. We've got Chewy at the top of this watch list. Roaring Kitty filed a filing with the SEC, basically stating, I don't know, Thomas, did you catch that? He owns I want to say 6.5% or something, maybe it was more.
I did not see it, actually.
Maybe you could take a look real quick.
He has a 6.6% stake in Chewy.
Yeah, so he just filed that. So Chewy's going to be going crazy. And Thomas, I think Chewy was one of the tickers that we were actually considering trading manually on Friday, right?
Yeah. I don't think you wanted to do it because I don't think you wanted the risk there.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want the risk. So good thing, because I don't know if I would have taken the call side or the put side. If I had taken the put credit spread side, that might have turned out all right.
Yeah. It's up another 10% in the pre-market, almost 11% in pre-market right now.
Gotcha.
It's up to 30.24. Wow.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So let's go back to the old watch list that we all know and love. We've got Micron at the top of the watch list, which Micron has been at the top of this watch list for a couple of weeks now. Interesting to see that, especially with such a high dollar stock price to it. You only need $500 to place this trade if you're trading the trend spread. If you are trading the wheel on this, you need about $13,000 to earn about $80 in premium this coming week. Next up on the list, we've got the TQs, which again, interesting. I believe we have FOMC on Wednesday. Thomas, can you fact check me there?
Yep, I think it is Wednesday. Let me double check that.
So we got FOMC on Wednesday. So that's a big market event that is definitely factoring into this price here. So when you think about it, you've got FOMC on Wednesday. We have an abbreviated day on Wednesday. So FOMC
no,
Tuesday. Okay, probably because the Wednesday is the 3rd.
Yeah.
So FOMC on Tuesday, and then we got a short day on Wednesday, and then the markets closed on Thursday. So when you think about that sequence of events, that's kind of wild to think about. So again, all things to consider before actually going out and manually placing any trades. Of course, we have our upcoming earnings dates here, and the name of this show is Earnings No Thanks. And why do we say that? Because we don't typically like to trade any tickers that are reporting earnings soon. As we can see here, this watch list is free of earnings right now. Typically around this time period, earnings are pretty sparse. I think there's I don't know, maybe 4 major companies reporting earnings this week, something minimal like that. So the reason we don't like to trade earnings is because there's really no upside for us. Now, if we were buying options, if we were buying straddles or strangles or something of that sort, yeah, we might want to trade earnings to profit off of the volatility that we would see during earnings. But when we're selling options, we're capping our upside as well as capping our downside, and that's why I like to trade options or sell options, because I like to cap my downside. And I guess you're doing that too when you're buying options, but kind of different. But anyways, so we're capping our upside, so there's really there's no benefit for a huge price swing for us. Could we take profit a little bit sooner? Sure. But for the potential risk involved, I don't know, not worth it to me. Thomas, what are your thoughts on trading during earnings?
It's not my favorite. It's something I usually like to try to avoid, but there are certain times where I will take a little bit of a risk, but usually I do it with just shares of a stock. So I one time I just bought I don't know, 20 shares of Tesla, and it was on earnings, and I was like, okay, let me see if it just rips up and I'll make some money there. But I usually try to avoid it with options, because options can get pretty expensive during earnings when that volatility starts to hit. And then selling the puts during options isn't really there, because if it goes down and you sold a put, you could lose a pretty big chunk of change. And then same thing, if you sell a call and it goes up, then you can lose some money there too. So it's not really worth it. I would just stay away from it as much as you possibly can.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. I do want to get so anyways, I want to pull up my trades for last week, and Thomas, maybe we could get into some of your trades from last week as well as what we're trading this week. I did want to go through a couple more tickers on
Ben,
here.
Real quick, couple questions in the comments. Somebody asked, how can I connect the bot to any platform? So no, you could not connect the bot to any platform. You can connect it to Tradier, Tasty Trade, and Charles Schwab. How can I get the trading bot? Pretty much to get the trading bot, you can go to use PeakBot.com and then select the tier that you prefer.
Yep. Great point. So we do have 3 plans here. We have our basic, our standard, and our pro plans, 19 a month, 49 a month, or 99 a month. We have the suggested account size. And then really the main difference between all of these, like these 3 tiers, are how much capital you can trade with. So for the basic tier, you can trade 1 spread on the trend spread. You can trade 5 condors on the Iron Condor bot and 1 contract per ticker on the wheel bot. And all of this is per ticker. So you could trade as many tickers as you want, but you can only trade up to a certain amount of contracts per ticker. So that, of course, increases as we move up to standard, 5 spreads per trend spread, 10 condors, 5 contracts per wheel, and then pro is the highest level you could get. If you need something higher than pro, contact us. We'll create a custom package for you.
Yep. And one more question. So does the bot always close the positions before expiration? For the wheel, no. For trend spread, yes. And Iron Condor, yes. So with the wheel, you're looking to get a sign, so it's going to let the contract expire. If you get a sign, it's going to automatically sell covered calls or call credit spreads against the shares. For trend spread, it's going to roll your position into the next week, whether it's in the money or not. It's just looking to close that previous one. And then with the Iron Condor, you're setting GTC debit orders at 0.05. This way you can close out of it slowly with theta decay through the next day or skews in the market. And then if there's an open position still at 345 on the day of expiration, then it gets closed with a market order.
Awesome. Cool. Another question, can you write it?
I'm
not too sure.
Get the usepeakbot.com.
Yes, it should be floating at the bottom of the screen. But Thomas, actually, I could put it in the chat here.
Oh, we can join the chat.
Usepeakbot.com. And you know what? Maybe we could get this floating on the screen as well. We've got a coupon code if you do want to start automating today. We usually give this out during our live shows. Code PB50. That'll get you 50% off your first payment. We do bill quarterly, so you can see the quarterly prices below the monthly prices. But if you use code PB50, you can enter that at checkout, PB50. Use that, you get 50% off your first payment on your subscription. So check that out. And if you need help, we've got a little chat icon at the bottom right of the screen here. Feel free to use that. And then that gets sent to my phone, to Thomas's phone, Dillon's phone, to the rest of our support staff's phones. So it will be answered fairly quickly. So we're happy to help anybody out through that. So I'm going to go back to watch lists. And then just scroll down. I want to take a look at the, let's take a look at moderate risks. Thomas, let me know if there's any names that stick out here for you. For me, Southwest sticks out a little bit. Last week, Southwest was pretty high on the most automated tickers, as well as it was low risk, and it was paying pretty good premium. So that's gotten a little bit more risky, it looks like, just in terms of how we define risk here. Still a bullish trend, moderate risk. We're looking at about 0.5% this week, which on an abbreviated week, 3.5 trading days, that's not too bad. Another one that sticks out is Alcoa Corp. I know Dillon was hot on Alcoa Corp for quite a while. Thomas, were you trading Alcoa at all?
I'm still on it. Yeah, 2 contracts.
You're still on it?
Yep. Same thing with CCJ right there, 2 contracts a week.
Okay. CCJ, yeah, I traded CCJ for about a week or 2, I think. I took a profit on that. How has CCJ been for you?
It's been pretty good. I think last week I lost, but I don't think I've lost any other weeks before that. Maybe once. Certainly not a max loss. If it's in the money, it's in the money by like 20 cents, 40 cents.
Gotcha. Very cool. And then when we go down to high risks, of course, we've got GameStop on here. I'm actually surprised GameStop isn't on the very high risk um, in that category. Then we've got Carvana, Palantir. Palantir is always in the top 10 most automated tickers. It's actually it's probably been on the top 10 in all of the 30 something weeks that we have data on it. So that's pretty cool. I did want to also bring up. I don't know how I'm going to easily do this. Um, I wanted to show some success that some PeakBot traders have been having, and I love when we get this. So this was emailed to me by one of our PeakBot traders. So this was just on the trend spread strategy last week. And again, if you're using PeakBot, you won't see trend spread in your account. It's still in beta. If you want access to it, we can get you access, no problem. Just send us a message and we'll get you that access. So this is this person's spreadsheet. We didn't build this spreadsheet, but this is this trader's spreadsheet that they use to track their gains and losses. So it looks like out of the 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16 or so different positions that they took, mainly bull credit spreads here, they were able to achieve really good profit on a lot of these, in some cases exceeding 15% return on their capital needed. And if we look at the numbers, let me see if I can zoom. Nah, that's not going to work. There we go. Nope, still didn't work. They used only about $1,400 worth of capital and returned about 10.8%. Or sorry, their return was $1,400 worth of capital. So they profited $1,400 using only $13,200 in their account. Their total potential for full credit was about $1,800. They walked away with $1,400. That's a pretty good week, only trading $13,200. If you think about how that could compound over time, that's actually an incredible return. We did have another question coming in through the chat. We've got, it says, I'm not from America, can I invest? If you can create a brokerage account with Tasty Trade or Tradier, I don't think Schwab is available internationally, you certainly can. Yeah, so Tasty Trade or Tradier, you can integrate with PeakBot and you'll be able to automate. If for some reason you're not able to automate, maybe this is a good segue into alerts here, then you could sign up for PeakBot Alerts. And this is a product that we've actually just launched today. And I will pull up what you would see on the alerts screen. So once you have access to the alerts dashboard, you have a trading schedule, which is basically just telling you everything the bot would do. If the bot was trading for you. But if you're not using the bot, this is how you can do it manually. So that's what the trading schedule is. On the dashboard here, we explain what every column is. And then we go through and we give you the top 10 credit spreads for the week. And then we give you the top iron condor entries as of right now. Now, again, when the market opens, this is going to get updated and all of this data will change. This data will actually change every 5 minutes. So we do like to get into positions around 12 p.m. Eastern. The wheel may be a little bit earlier, but we do like to get in positions around 12 p.m. Eastern. And that's mainly because we want the market to settle down a little bit, right? We don't want all of that volatility in the mornings to affect our positions throughout the course of the day. So we want to eliminate as much of that volatile exposure as we can. And if you do want to get started on PeakBot Alerts, you can go to alerts.usepeakbot.com. We've got a coupon code that's actually only valid for today, which is FREE2. That's free in all capital letters, FREE, number 2. Enter that at checkout, and then you will be able to get yourself 2 weeks for free of this alert system. And then after that, it's only $5 a week. So you saw that one user that we just showed. He made $1,400 last week. So his return on that $5 investment would have been exponential at that point. So definitely worth it. Thomas and I are going to be using these watch lists to live trade. We will be live trading at, what are we doing today, Thomas? 10 a.m.
10 a.m. I'm okay with 10 a.m.
10 a.m. We're not going to be doing our normal 2 p.m. Actually, Thomas, can you get a post out on X after this show, maybe just to show that we are going to live trade at 10 a.m. instead of 2 p.m. today? But anyways, long answer to the question. If you're not from America, yes, you can invest with PeakBot, whether it's through automations, whether it's through our alerts. You can trade the same strategies that we're trading. And of course, we're happy to help throughout that journey. And then another question, does 2-week trial code only work for the alert service? It does. It does only work for the alert service. We're running that promotion because it just launched today. For our automation service, we did at one point offer a 2-week free trial. However, we no longer offer a 2-week free trial, but we do offer a 30-day money back guarantee. So you can see that little badge there. I think we probably have to do a better job of putting that on the website. I think it's some places on the website, but yeah, try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, you get all of your subscription fees back. No questions asked. We'll just refund it to you. You might get Thomas trying to challenge you and have a trade-off for your subscription fee, but no, I'm just kidding. He'll give it right back. We'll all give it right back. So yeah, 30-day money back guarantee. Thomas, let's get into some results. How did your week look last week?
Lost 2 trades last week, but two big losses, unfortunately. So took the full $500 max loss on Datadog, and then I took a almost full. It was like right out of the money, so it was like 287 instead of 300 on Snow, one that we took manually. So it was a little bit of an unfortunate week there for just those 2 losses, but other than that, everything else was a winner, which is pretty good. And the Iron Condor performed really, really good this week on the Qs. So that coming in, getting me, I think, about 100% return. I think I profited about $200 this week. So putting up $100 to get $200, it's a good win. It's a good week. So
awesome. Next time you'll share your screen. Rookie move, not sharing.
My bad.
All good. I'll pull up my results. I posted my results on X. So this was my portfolio last week. Thomas and I built this portfolio live together. So trading with about $14,000 last week, coming out with a total profit of $1,200. That's about an 8.5% return on the cash I needed to place these trades. So some trades to highlight and some things to highlight here. NVIDIA was, it's obviously one of the most talked about tickers right now. It's definitely the most traded ticker. Last week, we saw that it was trading with about 8 times the volume as the next closest ticker, which was, I think, Tesla. Tesla was trading about a little over 1 million contracts a day, and NVIDIA is close to 9 million a day, which is crazy to think about. So I traded 3 spreads, 3 $600 wide spreads on NVIDIA, took profit at 60%. And if we look down the list here, we can see Carvana was 60, AMD was 62, Boeing was 60, Carnival Cruise Line was 59. So why are there a lot of take profits around 60? Well, I like to set take profits throughout the course of the week. And I do that because I want to take profit when I can take profit. I'd rather trade smart than trade greedy and go after a couple more dollars and increase my risk exposure. And we see that this benefits us sometimes, right, Thomas? I mean, we saw from our AMD Iron Condor the other week that if we didn't take profit when we did, we would have gotten ourselves into hot water, and one of the legs of that Iron Condor would have been in the money by Friday. I think we took profit on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So definitely something to think about. And then tune in Tuesday mornings where we actually review the charts for all of these trades, and we show where things went wrong, when we could have taken profit. But I like to take profit at if I open a position on Fridays, I like to take profit at 50% on Mondays. If I'm opening a position on Monday, of course, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to day trade. But But if I open a position on a Friday or Monday, I like to also, I'd like to take profit at 60% on Tuesdays. If I don't achieve that profit target and I'm still holding my contracts, I like to take profit at 70% on Wednesday and then 80% on Thursday. And I like to stick to 80% for Fridays. And if I don't achieve that by Fridays at noonish, then I will roll the positions to next week. Or if there's a small profit on the table, I'll take that profit. And even if there's a loss on the table, if I don't want to continue to roll that position, I might just eat the loss depending how the rest of my portfolio is doing, which I did last week on Bank of America. I wound up taking a $400 loss, but that's because I already had about $1,200 in profit, so I was okay with that. Question coming in: what platforms is it compatible with again? So again, we are integrated with Schwab, with Tradier, and with Tasty Trade. We do prefer Tradier, and that's not just because we're on the Tradier hub right now, but there are many benefits to trading with Tradier. Maybe we can use peakbot.com/Tradier, our sign up link. If you create a Tradier Pro account, that Pro account is going to cost you $10 per month, but you're going to get commissions-free options trades. So unlike Schwab, for example, where you have to pay $65 per contract, you're not going to have to pay, or 65 cents per contract. You're not going to have to pay anything with Tradier. So again, it's Schwab, it's Tradier, it's Tasty Trade. If you don't have an account with those brokers, make an account with Tradier. Use peakbot.com/Tradier. It takes you 7 minutes to get it set up, and then fund it, and then you'll be trading and automating by this week. So definitely recommend Tradier, and you're going to save a ton on fees. I have a Tradier Pro account, and I did the analysis for my trades last week. I think I traded something like 80 something so spreads, and I did wind up saving because I have a Tradier Pro account. I saved about $161 just in fees. So that $1,200 profit that I took last week could very easily have been just $1,000 profit because of all the fees that I would have had to pay. So definitely well worth it. And Tradier makes it super easy. I know, Thomas, you're a fan of the dashboard on Tradier, right?
I really do like the dashboard on Tradier over all the other brokers. It's just a lot easier. Same thing, option chain, really, really clean. Like the S and the B for like sell, buy makes it really easy for somebody to, if you've never really traded before, it makes it a lot easier for somebody. Definitely makes it a lot easier for me to explain with a client. So it's overall win-win there for the broker.
Yeah.
Another question. Yeah. Can I set the profit target and stop loss with using the bot? No. You won't be able to set it. It'll be automatically set.
You want to give some more details there, Thomas?
Oh, yeah. So it would be a stage. So like Ben mentioned earlier, it would be 50% on Monday, 60% on Tuesday, 70% on Wednesday, and 80% on Thursday, where a profit, that one would be for trend spread. For the wheel, there is no stop loss besides the hedge, right? So trading a put credit spread, there's only a certain loss that you can take, and that's going to be the width of the spread. So if you're selling a put at, say, 50, buying a put at 48, you can only lose $200 there. Same thing with trend spread. That stop loss is essentially going to be the width of the spread. The profit target would be set with debit orders. And then same thing with Iron Condor. You can only lose the width of the spread, which is $100. And then you are setting, or PeakBot is setting debit orders at 0.05 overnight. This way you can kind of close the position out slowly. And if one falls in the money, then there's a market order to be placed.
Cool. Yeah. So short answer, you can't set it. We'll set it. And the reason we do that is because a lot of new traders will come in and they'll, and we actually tested this a long time ago. New traders will come in and they'll set very, very tight profit targets and stop losses, and they wind up stopping out way too soon to where they just see a bunch of losing trades in their account. And then they'll also set their profit targets way too tight. So they're leaving a ton of money on the table. And could we enable this for a more advanced user? Sure. But there is a lot of math that goes into getting options trades set up and understanding what your overall probability of profit is, which is all that information is available on our new alerts watch list, which we will be demoing at 10 a.m. this morning when Thomas and I go live, and we'll live trade along with everybody. We'll get some of that morning volatility to increase the price of our premiums that we're going to take, because we do have an abbreviated week. Yeah, overall, our goal for PeakBot is to become the household name for automated trading. And the more simple we make it for people, the more accessible this will be to everybody. So in order for us to achieve those goals, we want to stick to simplicity, which means less inputs. All you need to do on PeakBot is pick the strategy you want to automate, select the stocks you want to automate, and then set your budget. And then that's it. So Thomas, I think that's all that I've got for now. We covered the watch list, we covered results, we answered a bunch of questions. If anybody has any other questions before we sign off, pop them in now. I know most of our audience is on X. Some of the audience is on YouTube. We'll see questions coming in from both of those places. So get them in. If not, Thomas, what else do we have to cover?
I was looking to add a couple more positions to my automated portfolio if you want to go over some stuff real quick.
If you want to share your screen, go for it.
Let me just go over here and pull up the watch list. Present. Yep. So right here, this is my automated portfolio for the week. I am looking to add a couple more positions into it. Ben, do you have any opinions?
I don't hate the cues, honestly. What's the strike price that it would sell?
It would sell TQQ. So technically, why is it not sliding? Oh, wrong one. 71.
71. Okay. And the Qs are currently trading at
73.82.
Almost 74. I mean, that's not bad. There's quite a bit of buffer room. And I don't even though FOMC is tomorrow, I don't think there's any surprises that are going to be thrown out. I don't know what your opinion is there.
Just come in at 2.6.
Yeah,
they might be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I just want to see. I'm thinking I don't think there's going to be any surprises there. So I think the TQs could be a good play for you.
TQs could be a good one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add TQQ to the automated portfolio. So again, it's just going to be a quick 3-step process. There we go. You're going to select your bot. In this case, I'm going to put it on trend spread. Put the stock name. So I'm going to look up TQQQ. The budget available. I'm just going to do one spread of this. Press activate. Disclaimer, I agree. And then it's going to load, refresh itself. And now TQQQ is going to be in my automated portfolio. And PeakBot's going to go ahead and place this trade around 11 o'clock today. 11, 12 o'clock today on trend spread.
Yep.
So then this is my 12. Oh, yeah, that's right. And 12.
I was going to say that's how easy it is to add a ticker. And you can see the TQ. Zoom in there a little bit, Thomas. You can see the TQs are in his automated portfolio now. But again, that's a great demonstration of the 3-step process. All Thomas did was select the strategy he wanted to trade, the trend spread. He selected the ticker, the TQQQ, and then he selected his budget, one spread, and then that was it. Now he's off and running. And now that ticker is going to be automated for him today. He'll be able to place trades without having to place trades. His bot will be doing it for him. He'll be doing whatever it is Thomas does all day. So really, really cool stuff. But I think let's wrap it up now. Join us in an hour, 10 a.m. Eastern, on X, on YouTube. Thomas and I will be going live again. We will be live trading on our Tradier accounts. Again, I'm not just saying that because we're on the Trader Hub. You guys will see I do almost all of my trading exclusively on Tradier because I don't want to pay fees on commissions. And it's a great brokerage. So join us 10 a.m. Eastern. And of course, again, today we launched alerts. If you don't have a brokerage account with one of the brokers that we are connected with, integrated with, check out alerts. You can trade the same strategies that we automate, but do it manually. That way you can achieve hopefully the same types of outcomes that we've been able to achieve in an automated fashion, and that Thomas and I have been able to achieve in a manual fashion over the past couple of months that we've been live trading together. So that said, good luck trading, everybody. Abbreviated week, 3.5 trading days. Happy 4th of July, and we will see you at the peak. Thanks.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.